Hi everyone! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate the support. In this one, I wanted to speak to you guys about something funny that happened that I realized through a picture that I posted on, or a photograph, or a meme, I should say, that I posted. I think it's meme, right? It's not mem. Anyways, a meme that I posted on my Instagram, my Boom Shikha INFJ Instagram. And it was something like there are two kinds of people in the world. There are those who say, it's already 10 p.m., and there are those that say it's only 10 p.m., and then they get married, right? Basically, they're talking about night owls and morning people, obviously, right? But I kind of commented, saying I posted it and said something like, I'm an introverted morning person, and I always end up dating extroverted night owls. Literally every single person I've dated till now. I can't even tell you guys. I mean, every single person that I've been attracted to or dated has been extroverted, usually an ENTP or ENFP. I don't know why it is, but every single time I'm attracted to someone and I'm like, what's your type? And they usually end up saying ENFP or ENTP. It's just like clockwork. And they're always night owls for some odd reason. Or maybe they're more. No, it's always the case. I was going to say maybe they're more night owls than morning people because I always end up meeting night owls for some reason. So in general, as I said, I was saying that, I was like, I don't know why, I always end up dating them as if it is meant to be, as if this is the only kind of person that I could ever date. No matter who it is, I'm not even looking for that particular thing. I'm not looking for extroverts or night owls, but that person I'm attracted to is an extroverted person and a night owl. It just happens just automatically, as if it is the only way I could go, right? And so I kind of posted that, and this person replied back saying, this happens to me all the time too. Why do you think that is? And, I obviously said something generic, like maybe because opposites attract, because that's just the way it is in a lot of cases for me, that usually the person I'm dating is literally like the opposite of me in every single aspect and form, no matter what aspect I look at. The way they spend their money, the way they eat their foods. Like, I am a big foodie, and I usually end up dating people who do not like food that much, or are not major foodies, or don't care about food that much. And I'm like, why? Food is the best thing in the world. I don't know why I'm attracted to you, but I am, right? And so for some reason, I'm always attracted to people who are opposite to me. And I don't know if this is the case for all of you guys, obviously. But I was kind of thinking about this, and I kind of started doing a little bit of research because that's the kind of person I am. I'm a little bit crazy, a lot crazy, actually, I admit it. And one of the things that I was reading up on said that we are attracted to a person whose immune system and whose immune system and whose body characteristics are opposite to ours. So what happens, and this is a weird stat, but what happens when people, or when women, not people, but when women take birth control pills, is that it changes their pheromones. It changes the structure of their body, their immune system, and their pheromones. And so it kind of mutates it in a way which is terrible, because if they're not taking birth control pills, they will be attracted to people who have the opposite characteristics from them so that they are able to survive better. It's all about survival. It's about evolution is all about survival. They want us to go with a person who is has a completely different DNA structure, DNA in terms of like the characteristics and immune systems and everything, so that when our babies, if we have babies, when the babies are born, they have the positive characteristics of both the mother and the father, and they're able to survive better, right? Evolutionary wise, this makes absolute sense. What happens with birth control pills is that you start being attracted to people who are similar to you because it changes your body chemistry, it changes your body characteristics, and that means that your babies are not as strong immune wise and DNA wise, etc. Now, of course, this is just one study that I read, one book that I read. But it made a lot of sense to me that, we would be attracted to someone, like opposites would attract, because it kind of creates this, not only is it more interesting, because that's, I think, one of the reasons why I'm attracted to a person who's completely opposite to me, because it's completely fascinating to me how this person lives, It's extremely interesting. How do you do it? How are you in that? How can you not go to sleep until 2 a.m. and how can you get up in the afternoon? How are you able to do it? I want to learn how to do that. I want to be able to sleep in some days, Or how are you not interested in food? That's fascinating. What do you think about food? And so all that stuff. And it's fascinating to be with a person who's very different from you. So I think that obviously plays into it. Evolutionary wise, as I said, of course, you're interested in them because it would be, you're more likely to create an offspring that's going to survive because they're going to have characteristics from both of you, and it's going to make them stronger, better, more equipped to deal with the world, right? So that obviously makes sense as well. But then I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I'm like, all right, why INFJs? Why are INFJs, or as an introvert, why am I attracted to extroverts? And I also think a lot of it has to do with the fact that if we were not dating an extrovert, we'd literally spend all of our time at home. Now, I'm lucky because I have a lot of extroverted friends now. I didn't before, so I needed to date extroverted guys in order to go out and have fun, to be alive, to actually experience the world in a way. But now I have a lot of extroverted girlfriends and guy friends. So then I do actually need a partner, an extroverted partner to experience the world. And that's why I think I haven't been interested in dating at all, because I have all these friends, all these extroverted girlfriends. And so whenever I want to experience the world, I just go and hang out with them. And they're all doing their thing. They're always out and about and hanging out with people and going to events and things like that. So I can always just tag along with them in order to experience the world. Right? But as an introvert, if I was dating an introvert, I know a lot of you guys are, and you're completely fine with it, because I'm guessing there's levels of introversion within your relationship as well. Maybe you're very introverted, but your husband or partner or wife, they're less introverted than you, so you're able to experience more of the world because of them. But I do know that whenever I have never dated an introvert, and I don't think I could myself date an introvert because I am an extremely extroverted introvert. Confusing sentence, but I am on the higher end of the spectrum. I'm not as introverted as all of you guys, a lot of you guys are. I'm not as extroverted as an extrovert either. Absolutely not. I think I would say that I'm at like 55% or 60% extroversion. 55%, I think. No, I shouldn't go as high as 60%. So I'm more introverted than an extrovert for sure, but I am more extroverted than a lot of the introverts that are out there. Which means that if I was dating an introvert, I would always be the one who's pushing him to go out, to go experience the world. And I don't think I want that responsibility. So as an introvert, I want to date an extrovert so that they can be the one who pushes me to go out. Let's go out. Let's go do this. Let's try that out. Let's have all these experiences together. And that's one of the things that I experienced a lot in my relationships with an extrovert who was a night owl. Because of course, they went out all the time. They were clubbers. They went out dancing. They went out at night. They went to dinners and parties and bars. And for me, it was a completely different thing because I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is this person doing? Why are they getting ready at 9 p.m. to go out? We should be getting ready to go to bed. A lot of cases, I would obviously go to bed and they would go out. But sometimes I'd be like, all right, let me experience this world with them. And it was fun, occasionally, rarely, to go out with them and experience the world and to see what is it like? What is the world like when it is nighttime and it's after dark? After dark, like how is it? How is it? What happens? What are people doing? What are they drinking? What are they eating? How are they living their lives? How do they talk to each other? What kind of people are out? How do they dress? It's a completely different world for me. And so it's nice to experience it, right? And same thing with the extroversion thing in terms of not the night owl thing, but the extroversion thing where they're talking to all these different people. There's this meme or this tweet or something where I read where there was this introverted wife who was sitting in a plane and she was talking about her extroverted husband, and they got to sit in separate seats because they were separated because of the plane being full or something. And she's sitting there saying sorry 1,000 times, she said, and her extroverted husband has already been invited to a wedding, has already started sharing wine and beer with the friends, with the people around him, which he's sitting with, and he's already, they've already named one of their godsons, their sons or their daughters after him, something like that, where like he's literally the party, like the life of the party. He's sitting there with 2 or 3 different people, and they're just friends already, and she's sitting there apologizing for existing, for being there, and for touching them in this way or that way. So I thought that was really poignant because that was literally how my relationship with my extroverted guy friends was, and it is still with all of my extroverted friends, because whenever I date someone who's extroverted, they're the ones who are going out and talking to all these people and doing all these weird things, and that kind of gave me a little bit of confidence. I was with them and they were there and doing their thing, and I got a little confident as well. I was like, all right, cool, maybe I can go talk to random people too, or I can be in this conversation as well, because he brought me into the conversation. He brought me into the spotlight a little bit, but not too much. So I could still hide behind him, but I could still be, in the vicinity of the conversation or in this party, but I could still hide. It was a really nice thing to do, and I really enjoyed it, and it was actually very comfortable, and I love dating extroverted people for that because, again, I can experience the party, I can experience all that stuff, but I can still hide behind them. It's basically like I'm hiding behind my mother, but behind my guy. And whenever I get tired, I can just leave. And he is going to just maintain the party. And he'll be like, well, she's tired, she's leaving. That's okay, because I'm still here. And I'm like, all right, phew, I don't have to stay because he's still there. And a lot of times when I lived downtown Toronto, I'd go back home because the TDC was still on. And I'd be like, all right, I'm going home. And he'd still be out. And I was like, all right, good. Thankfully, I could just leave. Thankfully, I could just go home and sleep, right? So that was something that I really wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if it's relatable to you. I don't know if all of you guys, I think a lot of you guys are dating introverted people. But I'm guessing that there's, again, as I said, levels of it. So you're probably dating two different levels of introverted people as well. So you're at a lower level or a high level, and they're at a lower level. So you kind of balance each other out. I think that balance, that kind of opposition, that kind of completion, that kind of like, opposite natures, I think that's important in a relationship because it maintains the interest, it maintains the fascination, it maintains that kind of, oh my God, why are you so different from me thing. And that keeps the relationship going until you realize that you start becoming more and more similar, and then you have to find new ways of interesting each other or making sure that the passion in the relationship stays, right? That's a story for another time. If you guys related to this, let me know so that I know that I'm not the only crazy person here. And if you didn't, obviously let me know as well so I know what your situation is like. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.